Hello everyone, Lord Dark84 here, and welcome back to Satisfactory. In the previous episode, we built a modular frame factory, and as you can see, between episodes, I did a little bit decorating on it. So, let's just run on down here. Just gonna jump across. First thing you might see is that I have put some signs around like the doors, or some of the doors at least. So they have red for exit and green for entrance. And I did some outlining our storage containers and our awesome shop, which we have plenty of coupons and plenty of modular frames, as you can see. I don't need that many. Took a long time to actually come up with this subpar idea. Of course, I added a workstation to an equipment workshop. There's a window so you can see inside. I added another window on the outside so you could see in. And of course, on the top floor, you can see in this way as well. And bottom floor is still the same. Only thing that changed is I made the ground concrete. So let's just head out here. And before we actually get on with the main project, what I want to do is I want to make a Xeno Basher. And the reason for that is because there's actually an alpha hog beneath where I'm going to be building. So we may want to, or may have to deal with him. Just, of course, Xeno Basher is just an elongated Xeno Zapper that attacks faster and does a bit more damage. But other than that, that will cap off the first objective today, which is the modular frame tour. So going here, we're going to just cross that off. Of course, the other ones is obviously the steel factory. We're going to go over there. I'll just kind of do a quick run through of what I have for foundations. Then we're going to place the machines, do the logistics, and then discuss the project after that. Alright, so here we are at the location of the steel plant. If you're running where we are, right here on the map, the arch in Grass Plains is right this dark spot. So up there, you can just barely see it. There is a miner up there on a coal node that is pure, so that's 120 coal. We have two miners here that are on iron. There's also another miner just around the corner there that is on a normal concrete. And all three of these are normal. Then down below is actually another three concrete nodes. Two there, one over there, and the alpha hog. It's kind of just been vibing. I've been ignoring him. I'm trying to work around him, but it's not been working too well. What we're going to do is we're going to kick things off right away. So we have this main foundation here, probably way bigger than I need. So I have this foundation just up here. And this is where I'm going to actually do all of the foundries. Foundries will go here, and then the well, there's our first death. Whoops. Hindsight. Think before running around. Just grab our stuff here. Yeah, so this floor will be used for constructors and assemblers. Or down below, we'll make concrete. Then it'll all come up somewhere here and be put into storage. And I will say, I will be building this with Mark III belts in mind, and like a Mark II miner. So at the very least, what I'll do is I'll go through, I'll show how it's going to work, and possibly between episodes, or even in this one, I'll actually go through and upgrade everything. Alright, so I've made a diagram for the steel factory. It's fully completed here. So I'm going to start from the coal miner. Now it's going to be overclocked to 112.5%, so it'll be outputting 270 coal per minute, going into 3 foundries, each foundry needing 45 coal per minute. Then stopping there for a brief second. Going back, the miners for iron are also going to be overclocked to 112.5% to output 135 iron, and then that iron is going to be distributed amongst all 3 foundries for that line. And just something to note, all the miners will be Mark II. Now, moving over to the outputs of the foundries. Each foundry outputs 45 steel ingots. And what will happen is the 45 will be, at least on one of them, the 45 will be split into a 30 and a 15. 30 will be joining up with the other 2 foundries to go into 2 constructors to make steel beams, and the other 15 will merge with another 15 from the other line of foundries to make steel pipes. And of course, then we have a miner for limestone underclocked to 93.75%, outputting 112.5 limestone per minute, which is going to go into 5 constructors, each underclocked to 50%, which all output 7.5 concrete per minute, going in to each of the assemblers, which both need 18.75. Then after that, the 2 assemblers are underclocked to 62.5%, and each of them will output 3.75 encased industrial beams per minute. And just because that probably didn't make any sense, the total outputs for our factory will be 30 steel beams per minute, 20 steel pipes per minute, and 7.5 encased industrial beams per minute. And of course, as always, if you want to have a look at this diagram for yourself, it is in the link in the description. But yeah, with that first death, we have the foundations covered. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cover the logistics. No, not logistics, the machines. So, to make steel you need foundries. And foundries require 10 modular frames, which is why I built that factory in the previous episode. So I don't know, I'm not too sure what I need for this. Kind of going in blind. What I want to do, thinking having 3, just like that, and then maybe, is that roughly accurate? No. And then there'll be another 3 somewhere along here. So let's just go 3. The reason I'm doing them in sets of 3 is just because there's a Mark II miner. We'll get 240 resources out of this. Then we're going to overclock that to give us 270. Because each of these miners, or foundries, need 45 coal and iron per minute. So 45 times 3, it's 135. Which means we need, 135 times 2 is 270. So we'll need 270 coming out of that miner, and 135 coming out of each of these miners down here for iron. So that's the machines for the first, or the top layer done. Of course, it might expand, which is why I gave it so much space. But what we're going to do is we're going to start off by taking a line from here. Well, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I want to push it forward. Be right there. Not really necessary, but that's what I'm going to do. And I think for the, what's it called? to get the coal in, I'm actually going to have it go and kind of like drop down in, and then have the iron run down along the ground here. I think that'll look good. And something else is I'm going to try and actually load balance this. But not quite. I want you to be there. Yeah, so I'm going to try and load balance this. Is that okay? Yeah, that works. Put these all so. Then it'll be the same this end. And it'll be mirrored over on this side. So let's just go here. And I'm trying to use the same output across all of them. So iron will go into left and coal going into right. Just go there. Up there. So that'd be the coal line. And I'm thinking, just because I want us to be able to actually get iron, or possibly get some of the stuff done. Let's go 3. We'll bring this kind of like over to here. Yeah. It'll go into there, and then that'll be all the coal. And it'll be distributed evenly amongst these 3, which will all be making steel. So I think I'll get 3 of them hooked up to make is it steel beams and steel what are they called? Steel pipes, that's it. So that way we can unlock possibly unlock at least Mark III miners and Mark III belts and Mark II miners. But of course, in order to do that, we need to get the iron situation sorted. And I'm thinking of doing for that is putting it kind of like on here. It doesn't need to use splitters, but I'm going to use them. Let's just go there. Ooh, that is not right. And we take that one and we'll plop it there. And then that will be the iron coming in. I'm thinking let's see. Oh, we'll run it down the middle for the time being. And right here is where we'll actually bring in the iron. Let's just go. One goes there. Connect to that. We will then take a Mark II. Of course, the Mark II can't actually handle how much the iron we need, but it'll be a start. So there's that. And this will bring in the iron and shoot it up there. I think what I'll do, just to start at the very least, is we'll get us some temporary power that we can actually start producing some of these different things. Alright, so there we go. Of course, I should mention this is all temporary. Right now we are just trying to get the steel unlocked. We're actually however, anyway, so the way I have this happening, this foundry here is sending its output. It's being split into 3 ways. So that will be 15, 15, and 15. So 15 is being merged into this line here. And then these two 15s are actually merging back together to make a 30. And with that, that'll mean that all of these will be, or this will be able to make us the preferred amount of, we'll do something temporary just for the moment. That'll make us steel pipes, 20 per minute. So let's just grab that there. So that'll be steel pipes. And then we'll have another 2 kind of set right there. And these will make us steel beams. The only thing is that this one here is using 45. So it's only going to be producing us 11 per minute. Not great, but it'll work for us to unlock everything we need. Let's just throw it there. Just for the time being. And I'm also just going to do a super quick storage spot. So we'll just go one there, one there, and there we go. So while these make us steel pipes and beams, I will try and figure out how the rest of this is going to go. So a little bit of time has passed, and as you can see, we now have plenty of steel pipes and whatnot. So to get advanced steel production, 200 steel pipes, 300 concrete, 1500 wire, which is a lot of wire, and 200 motors, or not motors, rotors. And for logistics Mark III, it is pretty simple. 200 steel beams, 100 steel pipes, and 500 concrete. And with that being done, let's go here.
Milestone reached. Logistics can be improved
And
with a larger storage container and enhanced conveyor belt efficiency.
Send them off. There we go.
Milestone reached. Logistics can be improved with a larger storage container, enhanced conveyor belt efficiency, as well as the ability to store excess power for later use. An additional project part can now be constructed. Further progress to the next
That
phase
part
is
doesn't
now
really matter at the
possible.
moment, because right now we're just focused on the steel factory. But getting both of those means we can actually get this up and running at its peak efficiency here. And I suppose I should check to see what we need. We can't make that quite yet, but it won't be too hard to make. I'll just set up some stuff to make the encased. Alright, so I just went through and I put in Mark II miner, which is pretty damn beefy, and I also upgraded the line here for the iron to a Mark III. It'd be zooming, and I also upgraded the lift alongside the miner here to a Mark II, and you can see the difference between them because I didn't bother upgrading that one yet. As you can see, there's Mark II is definitely beefier. Yeah, so this is now sending 135 all the way along here. Well, I do have these kind of like turned off per se, because I wanted to show you just how fast these things are. So this is a Mark III line. So let's just go there. So look how fast that stuff flies. Until it hits a speed bump, but it flies by. Of course, I actually have this one overclocked to be the 270. But of course, what needs to happen now is I need to actually split this line in half. And of course, if I seem stuffy, I'm having a allergies or something, and nothing seems to be working, so I do apologize if that is disrupting the video at all. That Mark 3. That's flying out of there and shooting a whole bunch off that way. And what I'll do is I'll take another one, put it here, and I'll kind of have it scoot down kind of along here. Yeah, and then this will head over to these ones over here, although I need to actually move these ones, so alright. So as you can see, I went ahead and I shifted everything over. I reconnected all the lines. I know how both the miners connected. That there. But so both the iron miners are connected. They go into each of, or a set of 3 foundries. The miner over there getting us coal is setting a line into each of them. Then I load balanced it here. So what's going to happen is I have it set up so that way there is 60 on this line, or it's not 60, 120 on this line, 30 on this middle line, and another 120 on this line. The way I'm doing that is I'm taking 45 from this one and this one, merging them to get 90. And what I'm doing here is I'm taking the 45 and I am splitting it into 3 directions, remerging these 2 lines here to get us 30, merge into that 90, giving us 120, and the 15 is merging with 15 from this foundry to give us a line of 30. So what that's going to do is that's going to lead down to this level where it'll be split off into the different machines. The way it should work out to is 4 machines making steel beams and 1 machine making steel pipes, which for the start will be plenty, although as we get further in the game will become nowhere near enough. What I'll do is I'll take all these lines down and I will figure out the placement of all those, and I guess also connect up our limestone node here. I'm not too sure how much concrete we're going to need. I'll figure that out in a moment. I'll be back. Alright, so I think what I'll do is I'll make this a Mark II miner, just because we don't have enough of the what's it called? Power shards at the moment. Although I do plan on dealing with that. But while I craft these quickly, or as I do this next line, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel. I was not expecting it to actually be, or get as many subscribers as it has. As of recording, I believe we're actually 5 subscribers away from hitting 100, and I am very, very thankful for all the support. It means a lot to me. I mean, it helps me know that you guys are enjoying it, and I'm also enjoying making these videos. So, thank you. The next episode, because by then we might actually have hit 100. I'm thinking about doing like a big exploration episode, kind of exploring the entire world here of Satisfactory. I'm getting plenty of hard drives to do a bit of research on, and maybe a few other things that'll come by the time we actually end up hitting 100. But on another note, you can see this one here, 112 or 120, sorry, and we needed, what was it? We needed that there. Of course, if you don't know, you can actually just paste the equation into it and it will automatically do it for you. It's pretty handy. Now, taking a Mark II belt to run it from all the way over here. Alright, as you can see, I have gone through and I have finished connecting everything up. We have one line coming down making beams, one making pipes, and one making cased iron beam or steel beams. And if you're wondering how the concrete here is working, each of these are making 7.5 per minute, and there's 5 of them. I have these two being connected, those two being connected, and this one here in the middle is being split in half between the two lines, giving us a total of 18.75, which is what the assembler needs. And the assemblers are making 3.75 encased industrial beams a minute. So not a lot, but it's not bad. The lines coming in here make with our iron and our limestone, that's what it's called. Yeah, so that there is the steel factory part of the project done. So what we can do, we have the machines all placed and we have the logistics done. So the steel factory, which was the main objective, is now complete. And so just to finish it off really fast, I'll just run through what I'm going to end up doing for the concrete plant here. I want to talk about Slug here. In this area, you have a Slug. You also have an Alpha Hog, which is why I wanted to make the Xeno Basher. That actually makes quick work of these guys, as you can see there. Yeah, so grab the yellow Slug. Of course, these can be used to make even more power shards, although I'm not sure if I have them researched. Let's find out. Have I researched them? I can't remember if we found one or not. We have not. We will detour then. Power slugs, yellow power shards. Research that. There we go. Anyways, what's going to happen is I have all these. They're going to be Mark II. So that's 120, 120, and 120. So if we go, let's see how many it is that a normal constructor needs. This is 45. So, 120 times 3 over 45. That is a total of 8 constructors. Or what we could also just do is go 120 over 45 or 45, which is 2 and a bit. But basically what I'll do is I'll just take all these lines and for the concrete factory part is I'll just go ahead and put them all in. It'll be pretty boring, so I'll probably do it between episodes along with decorating this. Otherwise, for the next project, I'm honestly not too sure what to do. I'm leaning towards going through and upgrading the factories I've already built. So like increasing the miners to Mark II. And of course I do plan on doing probably next episode a exploration episode possibly, where we just explore the entire map and you get plenty of hard drives, research and all that. And then we'll actually be able to use alternative recipes to make things even more efficient. But otherwise, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below, and I'll see you all in the next one.